A few weeks ago, we asked the question, would you guys rather bite-sized podcast episodes or one big long episode? You answered bite-size. So if you're hearing this message, this is actually part 2 of the interview that was split in half. So jump back, have a listen to episode 1 because you'll be very lost. Then you can come back here and continue and be completely up to speed with everything. Love yous. I'm Kirby Heck.
And I'm Liam Kilpatrick.
We're two best mates who helped each other through mental health hell.
Using honesty, humour, and being real when everything felt like it was falling apart. And since then, it's grown bigger than we ever imagined.
Cracked the top 15 of self-improvement podcasts in Australia.
And we're coming for number 1.
We've sat down with CEOs, celebrities, Olympians, and entrepreneurs. Because this isn't just their story,
It's ours too.
Enjoy the show.
Well, it's weird, like my daughter is 2, right? And I've always felt so close to my nan who died when I was 1. Mum was breastfeeding me and nan had passed, I think a couple days earlier. Well, Mum was breastfeeding me and she said she had this really weird feeling, experience, sensation. She can't explain it, but she felt some of nanny waters go into me as a baby. Now, I've never felt closer to anyone in my life than my nan who died when I was 1.
Who you never really met.
I never knew.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But I feel like I know her so well, back to front. The other day, obviously back then they didn't have much footage, like video footage, but my uncle found this footage of her singing in a church. And I played it to my daughter Indigo, and she's 1, like she's not even 2 yet. And it's this old woman, right? It's this old woman, and she pointed it to it, and she goes, Indy. And that's herself. She's like, that's Indigo. And I was like, oh, and Nanny Waters' whole face was filling up the whole screen. There was no one else. And Indy's really quite smart. She knows names. She knows who people are. And that's an old lady. But she was going, that's Indy, as in that's me.
That's me.
That's her.
That's me, yeah.
And it's weird because when I did give birth to Indy, as I said, I went to this whole other world, and that's another story. But I was with my nan like I cannot explain. So when we're talking about heaven and hell, I don't know, but what I do know is they are there.
Oh,
They have to be there. And now Indy fully believes that is her. And I'm like, me too, because I went up to the stars and I got my baby and Nanny Waters handed me you and I felt some of her go into you. So, like, what the hell?
Yeah, how do you explain that?
How do you explain it?
I don't know, I've said it to you sometimes, like, there's sometimes that I think, like, the heaven, hell, afterlife thing is, like, we're all the spirits and we're floating around and it's, like, coming down here is almost like a video game. And you go, what difficulty do you want to play? Like, what lesson do you want to learn today? And what, the souls up there are like, or I really want to learn humility. Okay, great. You get put into a body that drops you in the middle of Africa and you're like, time to learn humility. And like, I sometimes I think that, and it's just, it keeps us awake at night, thinking about all this stuff. Like,
it doesn't stop.
It freaks me out, to be honest.
Well, like, so like the souls being there, right? The best story I ever got of that was, it was a family friend and, so it was her father. So the father was in like a surf club or something like that. And so he passed away and they had the funeral at the surf club. He was the head of the surf club. So everyone there loved him. And his best mate was a very shy, quiet guy. And he sat in the front row and he just sort of head down and was emotional the whole time. And they gave the eulogy. And the new head of the club came up to give the eulogy. And all the family are like, why is he doing it? Dad hated this guy. So the guy giving the eulogy, the dad hated him. He got up, he got the bit of paper, he put his glasses on, and the lens in his glasses went ping and shot out and hit the floor and went ping, ping. And he goes, oh, 1 sec. And he's holding the paper in his hand and he's looking around. He's looking for a few minutes and he goes, I can't find it. He goes like this, here, you read it. Hands it to his dad's best mate. He gets up and goes, oh, okay. And he just reads it. The whole time, this dude's on the floor looking for the lens of his glasses.
So you can't make that up.
The whole eulogy, 5 minutes, nothing. The second the guy finished it, he goes, oh, here it is.
Lazy, eh?
Like, what?
The dead guy was like, no.
No. You are
He
not.
is not reading my eulogy.
Today.
He's there like kicking it around the room as he's about to find it. The fact that it was the moment he did it and the moment it finished, he found it. It's like, How does one explain that?
So you can't.
No.
I have a really crazy ghost story. It's not like
Yeah.
to do with anything, but it's kind of fun.
Mm.
My friend and I, we were going to Coachella, and she's like, I want to book us a really cool hotel on Venice Beach just for the night,
Yeah.
actually 2 nights. Anyway, we wake up at like 2 a.m. and we're like, what the hell? Like, these people above us, they must be jet lagged. Like,
Yeah.
these kids are like running, giggling, running, giggling, and we are up. Like, both of Liv and I, we're like, you can hear that, right? Yeah, you can hear that. Anyway, end up getting back to sleep. Next night it happened again. Then we were out getting the Uber and we turned around and I was like, Liv, turn around and look at the building. There was no one above us. It was just a 2-story and we were on the top story. And
But you could hear people running above you.
kids giggling, manic giggling, because we thought they must be jet lagged. Like, these kids, they're... Anyway, then we get in the Uber and we
You both would have
Google
been
the
white.
hotel and it was Hotel California refurbished. And obviously the song Hotel
Yeah.
California is about it being...
A
Haunted.
I thought drug asylum or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, we were like, oh my God. So they're crazy. They're around.
God. That stuff freaks me out.
Because it happens. This
No,
stuff
because-
happens. Like,
Because my
they're
sister,
here.
because she was a psychic medium, well, she is. We lived with her, and some weird stuff would happen all the time. We had little kids living in the roof, and like my mum and sister were very spiritual, and they're like, "Oh, it's all good," and I'm like,
It's not all good.
"This is not good." But you know what? I got my story, and you do.
We've all got one.
I got one, yeah.
I think everyone's got one,
yeah,
right?
yeah, you've all got to go
This
through.
one, right? We're in Canberra, right? Freezing cold. It's like a frosty, freezing night. Me and my mate, Josh, we were trying to get this fire started for like, I'd say an hour. We both didn't have dads, so we were like, we don't know what we're doing. And we just keep throwing stuff in, right? And it's just coals. It's barely doing anything. And we're like, whatever, we give up. And then something happened and it was a bit weird. And we were like, is there a ghost around or something? And then we were like, oh, well, let's just go to bed. So I got a bucket of water and poured it all over this thing. And it was only like this big, the fire, an entire bucket saturated. Because like, I always freaked out that I was going to start a bushfire. So I was like,
Wait,
I
had you
overdid it.
started the fire yet?
I overdid it. No, it was just coals, barely
Yeah.
even going. And I'm pretty sure at that point it just completely turned off. And
Turned off.
Like it was gone. And then something happened and I said, if there's a ghost here, get the fire going. And I swear to God, within 3 seconds it exploded.
No.
Swear to God. And we ran in like little girls. I cried. And Kayla, my sister, is like, what's going on? And I told her, and she didn't want to freak me out, but she like knew there was energies and everything out there. And she knew. But it literally went bang and exploded into
way.
fire.
After a bucket
With a
of water.
bucket of water on
What
it.
the hell?
And then from then on, weird shit happened for the rest of my life in that backyard.
That's
Weird stuff.
crazy.
Yeah. So it freaks me
You've
out.
got the thing about, is it crows? Or what? Or is it, it's
Owls.
an owl.
Every time someone dies, an owl ends up in Canberra, it would end up in the balcony staring into my sister's window. So every time, about a day or two later, somebody would die. And it happened about 4 or 5 times, yeah. So when the owl came, you went, fuck, who is it? Yeah.
No.
Then someone would die, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, back to you.
Wow, we've gone on a whole tangent. I love
We
it.
have. We
This
have.
is great. This is...
But back to you. So from 16, how long did you try acting for?
I only really came to terms with acting is not the be all and end all, and my huge dream isn't going to happen how I wanted it to, probably 2 years ago. And I'm
Wow.
31.
Only 2 years
Yeah.
ago. Wow.
That was like the full decision, and I've never felt so empowered and so light when I fully was like, actually, I don't think I care anymore.
So so it was pretty much running from what, almost like 2005 until like a few years ago. You were still going to auditions consistently and
Yeah,
well,
so
not consistently,
look, it's
but you were still
definitely,
going.
let's say the last 5 years, it's slowed down.
Yeah.
But it took me a lot of like mentally and emotionally, I was still attached and I was still trying, I think, to like with this desperate, needy energy. I think growing up in the industry, it made me a people pleaser because I craved people's attention and validation and yeses as an actor for me to move forward and to be accepted. And that has crept into a lot of other areas in my life where like I couldn't set boundaries. I would say yes when I really wanted to say no. I would let people walk all over me. I wouldn't stand up for myself. But then in 2015, so in the middle of everything, that's when the idea came to me to start a blog called Pass Around the Smile.
Yeah.
Because I was like so unfulfilled. I would sleep in so I would have less of the day because I was just like,
Yeah.
feeling unfulfilled is weird because I wouldn't say that I was depressed. At the time, I also wasn't anxious. I've definitely had big anxious times after that. But I was just so incredibly unfulfilled. And I feel like that kind of needs to be talked about more because it's a very common thing for humans to feel.
It's such a dark, hollow feeling.
A lot of people don't know they're feeling it either.
No, because they're just like, well, for me, I was like, I can't complain. I have a beautiful, well, he's my boyfriend at the time, my husband. I have a beautiful partner. I have a beautiful family. I have beautiful friends. I can't complain. So this is fine. So I became okay with just being happy enough. And I was like, I don't want to ask more.
Content?
Yes, content.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I've realised happy enough is not enough. And everyone deserves to live a completely fulfilled and abundant life. And that's not to step
thank you
in.
for saying that.
Yes. And
We were
it's not
literally
to, like-
talking about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Literally
Really?
yesterday, yeah.
Oh, good.
Because when I was in Bali, you know, I was like, oh, you know, like it being in a small, is it a third world country?
Yeah.
Being in a third world, I'm like, oh, we can't complain how good we have it. I was like, I suppose we'll just be happy with what we got.
Yeah.
Yes, and that, sure, there is beautiful intention in those thoughts where we're like trying to be respectful and trying to be like, I am fortunate, yes. But then like we move too far into that where we're like, okay, I'm going to quiet myself down because I don't want to make anyone else feel uncomfortable or I don't want anyone else to see me getting things easily, landing in my lap. I have enough. I shouldn't be greedy and ask for more. But what we're doing when we're like, okay, I won't ask for more. I've got enough. Thank you, universe. Bye.
Yeah.
Goes, okay, well,
See ya.
bye. You get what you ask for.
Yeah.
So I think
they
what
closed the door. See ya.
Yeah. What I've learned is like it's okay to want more and you are deserving just as everyone else is in this world to live a life where you feel so excited every day and not to step in the realm of toxic positivity. Like we're all going to have days where we feel like shit.
Toxic positivity.
I hate
Some
it.
days
Yeah.
I am not positive.
No.
I
And
don't want to
that's
hear
normal.
it.
And like if you fight that, it's going to get worse.
100%.
But if you just feel it,
Yep.
if you feel your anger, if you feel your jealousy, if you let your anxiety come up, deal with it, and then in a couple of days you'll return to yourself. Great.
Yep.
But like, I don't know. I just think there's a lot of pressure on social media to like hustle, grind,
Oh.
go,
hustle
be the best
culture.
version of you.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. And I think we fell into that trap quite a bit. And we were like, we have to be working 7 days a week, 14 hours a day. Otherwise, we're not doing it. We're not deserving of it.
The deserving's the key
Deserving.
word
Then it's
there.
like,
Yeah.
I had a pretty successful real estate career. And I'll be honest, there were days I did fucking nothing. And I got
God,
paid
I
some
love
pretty
that.
good money.
Okay,
When
yeah.
I stopped trying as hard, I made a lot more money.
Do less, attract more.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And that's something that we all deserve to have and
Yeah.
strive for. And I think like there might be some people listening being like, oh, it's all well and good for you guys to say that because you have support or you have this or you have that. But when we're looking from like a mindset point of view, we're all just as powerful as one another.
All of us.
Yeah.
You know, like there's incredible stories like that story Hugh Van Cuylenberg shares about the little guy that he went and visited.
The one without the shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was like, this. And he
Yeah,
was like
this.
looking at this playground that was like falling apart. And he was like, oh, how amazing is this?
Yeah.
And Hugh was like, look at the level of appreciation that this little kid had to create this world in his mind. But yeah, I think that's kind of when I was starting Pass Around the Smile, the blog, all of this stuff was lifting me up and was feeling really good. Like learning
Yeah.
about mindset and the power of, you know, belief and meditation. And so I started writing about it. And then,
You're like me in the very similar aspect where like you love learning about it, but more of learning about it, you love sharing it with people. You love
Yes.
sitting there and talking about it with people.
yes,
Yeah.
because it should be shared. Like there's more than enough to go around for everyone as well. So if someone if you're experiencing something great, right? If you like get this incredible sponsorship for your podcast,
Yeah.
you might feel that pang of guilt of like, oh no, like now other people are going to like think that we're up here or that it came easy or whatever. But it's like they can get that, if not better, for themselves too. Like there's more than enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I loved sharing it.
Yeah.
And it felt good to help people. And I started to get some people saying that my writing was really helping them.
lovely.
And then
Oh, so it started as like a blog, like you were just
Like
hobby.
a writing one.
yeah,
it was never meant to be a business.
yeah.
But then
Would people even remember blogs where you just type it out? Like, because
Literally.
podcasts weren't really things then. YouTube series weren't really
No.
a thing.
No.
10 years ago? 10?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I think they just started podcasts.
Yeah.
Everyone thought they'd die.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did, hey.
Yeah.
Look at us now.
Look at us go.
How's this, eh?
Yeah. So you've started doing it just as blogs, just on the side, bit
Yeah.
of fun.
And then I just felt like the support from the universe. And I realized something wasn't working for me in the acting world. Like, I was pushing and forcing. I was needy. I was desperate for this dream.
Yeah.
And I realized that I wanted it for all the wrong reasons. I wanted it to prove to my parents I could do it, myself I could do it,
Yeah.
the fans that said, why are you working at Boost Juice, you know? I wanted it for all the wrong reasons.
And also people being like, it's hard out there. And you're like, I'll show you. Like, the acting
Exactly.
world's hard. You're like, I'll show you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not working, so I need a change.
Yeah.
And in that moment, all I did was gave up control.
Yeah.
And I figured that when you give up control, life starts to flow with you instead of against you. And I experienced that. I then get it. Wow. I then was asked to speak on panels and at events. And I started creating my oracle cards, and it just felt I was alive. I was
Yeah.
like brought back to life. I couldn't believe how good something could feel when I finally let go and let my dreams catch up with me and gave up the idea that I knew what was right for me. Because a lot of the time we don't, and the universe has a better plan if we just step out of the way for a second and give space. So that it was magic. Really was magical. And the
Which is
evolution
like-
of Pass Around a Smile has been so magical. And it's now expanded in ways I can't even.
It's amazing.
Yeah, like a.
So you posted the other day, had like 1 million downloads or something. Like, that's an insanely high number.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, like it's just been such a joy. Like
Yeah.
honestly, and I'm like this. I want to make people understand that you get to live a life that is cool and fun. Like you get this, and it's your
Yeah.
choice.
And it's not bad to think that you deserve that, is it?
No, and that I had to work on it, but no. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I sometimes battle with that because I'm like, Howie, like, people are working pretty hard and then we do a podcast full time. Like, we're not really deserving of, like, finances
I
and
think
stuff.
you're more talking from, you've got mates who are all day out in the sun installing roller doors.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here having a conversation like this in an aircon room and like...
And I'm like,
but-
we're not really deserving of it. But then it's like, well, you kind of are. Because it's like, I don't know about you, but like, did you feel from a young age like a desire for this sort of life that you're currently living? Like, did you feel like when you were younger that there was something more?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I struggled with in
Was this
2015.
before the H2O or
Probably
kind of
after.
during? Yeah.
That's what I struggled with. I didn't know what it was to make me happy. And the only way that I was finally able to quiet my mind and actually, I know it sounds cliche, but listen to my heart, because our heart has answers that our minds
Oh, yeah.
cannot explain,
Yeah.
was through meditation. And it was this.
That's
It
what I
was
told
Pass Around
you.
the Smile.
I told you that one day.
Oh, yeah, you had some meditation
Yeah.
thing.
I did meditations. I found all these new answers and I'm like,
It's
anyway.
amazing when it comes, hey.
It
it's
feels
really,
great.
It's really cool. And
Yeah.
and now I'm kind of in the era of feeling the fear and doing things that like really scare me. I'm
Yeah.
taking Pass Around the Smile on a live tour.
I
Yeah,
did see
that'd be
that.
cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That'd be cool.
I'm so scared. Like,
Good on you. Yeah.
right? I just think, you know, I don't know if you guys have read that book. It's like the top 10 or 5 regrets of the dying. And she talks, so
Ooh,
it's this
that's a
lady,
great
Bronnie
title.
Ware, and she went and interviewed all of these people in retirement homes. And the findings were so sad. It was the majority of them said that they regret not living a life that they felt they deserved because they were scared of what other people might think or say. And they regret living a life on other people's terms.
Yeah.
And that just made me go, I do not want to be 80 and look back and go, why didn't I give that a go?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I was scared of failure, rejection, like disappointment. But like you won't know if you don't try. And then when you do try and let's say you do fail, it's not really failure, it's just redirection. Because that's
Yeah.
what happened to me. Like
It's a
I
lesson.
failed a million times to get to where I am. And I'm still failing every single day.
Yeah.
But like I've I've redefined what failure means, and it kind of feels empowering now.
Yeah.
And it just doors just open for you when you change your mindset.
100%.
Yeah,
And with the
absolutely.
failure too, it's like I love all the stuff that you and I have failed at over the last year because it's kind of just made us stronger for
We
the
could
next
do a whole
thing.
episode based on the things that didn't happen that we were trying.
Yeah,
like,
we
it's-
interviewed for TV shows and everything,
Yeah.
and like them saying no, but it kind of prepared us for other things.
Yeah.
It's like I went for like an audition at Big Brother, and there was 4 producers and a big camera in my face. And now, anytime I go into a scenario, I go, if I could walk into that and do that, I can do anything. But it's
Yes,
all these
100%.
failures just turn into you can just do whatever you want with them.
100%.
Makes you feel so much better mentally. And you doing all those auditions, getting all those no's. You don't care if you get another one now.
Yeah, I
More
mean,
if it
I
goes back.
must say, on days where I'm feeling sensitive, rejection does still hit hard. Like, I got a rejection email the other day for sponsorship for the tour, and like that little girl came out in me, like that
Yeah.
little 15-year-old that wanted this dream so bad, and I was like, Cleo, that's not you. Like, it doesn't have to be you. You don't have to feed into this poor me attitude. Like,
Yeah.
fall into that victim trap, you know, which can be so easy to get stuck in.
So
And
easy.
sometimes when
It's
you get
so
a no-
easy to fall into it. You let your guard down for a minute and you're
But when
there.
you get that no and stuff, you never know the full story.
No.
You never know what, like say it's a job or a sponsorship. We've gotten a no a few times, but it's like
Few.
heaps of times.
It's like 10 to 1 at this point.
Yeah, literally. Probably 20 to 1. But then you find out why you didn't get it, and it's like, oh, okay. I suppose it wasn't just because we suck a little bit. But
There's always
a
a
contributing
reason.
factor.
What
always
about that quote that's like, you never know what worse luck your bad luck saved you from?
Wow,
so I
I
always
love that.
like to think, like, when you get a no, like, let's say that sponsorship went through and then there was some, like, they started following some awful organization that came out and then was included with you guys. Just
Yeah.
make it up.
You never
Just
know.
say it would have been so much worse. Or maybe,
Yes.
like, you would have fallen over and hit your head when you were letting them in.
well, there's so many things that, like,
I really like that.
Kirby and I go, if that happened, we couldn't have done this. There was we do production for other podcasts, and that's like an avenue we want to go down that's like really fun. But if
Yeah.
we got one of the opportunities, we would have never been able to actually sit with them the following week in order to pitch it to them and then work with them.
Yeah.
And then that's been a good income for us and a good trial experience for us to then do another business.
And I
Yeah.
bet you never pictured that at the start.
No.
But it's
No
like
way.
you have just followed the process of having fun and
Yeah.
inspiring people, helping people. And the
Yeah.
universe is like, okay, here's an opportunity.
100%.
And if you open, it flows. And then you
Yep.
look back and you're like, look how everything made sense.
Oh yeah, and
So
it's
cool.
It's like with some of the we do the podcast and we thought it had to be mental health. That's the only way to help people with mental health. But then we do funny videos and people go, you have no idea how good. Like this video just helped me get out of my head today, and it was just a funny video that had nothing to do with
Yes.
mental health. And it's like,
It was a pattern interrupt. It's like pull them
Yeah.
out of the current thought and then they'll move on.
And
But
like
yeah.
laughter's the best medicine.
Absolutely.
100%. I listened to Theo Von religiously when I was going through it.
Yeah.
Because he was just so funny. Just get me out of
Yeah.
my own head. It was the
Yes.
best way to do it.
Yeah.
What was the saying you just said though?
You never know what worse luck your bad luck saved you
I
from.
like that.
That
I need
is
to remember that.
brilliant.
I
need
didn't
to remember
write that, by the way. I don't know who wrote it, but it wasn't me.
Not me. Yeah. Not Cleo
Yeah.
in quotations. Question I thinking about just then
Yeah.
is so when you were saying like, you did the 10 years of going to auditions and getting the rejections and stuff, and like you started to get that jealousy of why are they getting it? How did it? Because like,
This is a question for you.
yeah. So, okay, Phoebe and I can't remember the actress who played Emma. Claire, they both went on Vampire Diaries
Yeah.
after that,
Yeah.
which was obviously like a massive show in that tale
Is that America?
everywhere.
I've heard of that show.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Like, did that play into any of it as well? Was there any emotions towards them for that?
Yes
Yeah.
and no. So, yes, because they went on to quite immediate success.
Yeah.
And it was huge success.
Yeah.
So, 100%.
Oh, you mean like H2O, huge success?
No,
or from
after
that?
H2O.
Yeah, yeah.
So they went on to the Vampire Diaries and whatever else. Like, they blew up.
And that was one of the biggest shows like ever at the
Yes.
time. Yeah.
So, like, I would be lying if I said I didn't feel left behind. And I think the main feeling I felt that sucks, and it still comes up today, I work on my psychologist with it all the time, is feeling irrelevant. I feel really irrelevant quite a lot. And that's a yucky feeling because
It
it's just
sucks,
like,
doesn't
we
it?
don't care. Who are you? Oh, the little sister?
Yeah.
You know, I've always, you know, someone once said to me, oh, always a sister, never a mermaid. And I was like, fucking
To your
righto.
face?
Yeah. So
suck,
there was 100%. I don't think it was jealousy with Phoebe and Claire because they were so much older than me.
Yeah.
So it was different. However, huge amount of jealousy when I was doing the auditions and other people my age would get the roles. So like you go to an audition, you then don't hear unless you get the role. So you see it come up on the internet or on IMDb or on social media, and yes, jealousy through the roof.
Yeah.
The only thing that helped me actually is there's this thing called the Emotional Guidance Scale by Abraham Hicks. And it goes from number 1 to 22 of the highest vibrations you can feel to the lowest.
Oh.
And there was this one time, like I was just raging with jealousy. Like this role was for me, right? Like again, I said, I knew what I wanted. Like this is the right one for me. What do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
this is mine. Didn't get it. Jealousy was raging, and I went, okay, I just need to get out of this jealous state. I'm going to go for a walk on the beach, do a meditation, whatever. And this is going back like, I don't know, 7 years.
Yeah.
Went for a walk on the beach, did a meditation, came back, and I was like, this sucks because now I'm just feeling like really angry.
Yeah.
And then I made myself a nice dinner. I was like, no, just sleep on it, whatever. Woke up feeling really disappointed. And I'm like, I'm doing all these positive things to change, yet I'm still feeling negative. I'm still feeling yucky. But if I looked at the positive guidance scale, it was like jealousy. I'm making this up. I can't remember. But jealousy is like number 19, right?
Yeah, it's high up
But
there.
then anger was like number 16. And then disappointment was number 14. So while I was still feeling crappy, I was actually moving up the vibrational scale still. So when you're feeling
you could
like...
see yourself going, all right, I'm getting better, I'm getting
Yes.
better. Visualize your progress.
Yeah, and I think this
Yeah.
is good to remember, like with toxic positivity, if you're grieving or if you're jealous or if you're feeling hormonal or whatever it is, you are improving. You are, even if it feels like you're not. So just keep going because little by little you'll get there. And I think we just expect like, oh, I'm going to go do a meditation and go for a swim in the ocean. I'm going to feel all better, but you don't.
I'm going to come out a new man.
Yeah. So that was always helpful when I was going through those kind of times.
Yeah, because that's what I thought, like, if I was ever on like a TV show and I saw my co-stars going on and doing bigger roles, I'd be like,
I think it would have been different if we were the same age.
Yeah.
I just always put myself as like, it's okay, I'm younger and I wasn't a lead. So it was different.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So describe a time you achieved what you were striving for only to feel disappointed by the success.
It was literally a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Oh, wow.
Okay, wow. All right, so this tour that I'm going on, so I'm doing a show in Gold Coast, Sydney and Melbourne, and I've built up this dream for so long because I've always known since I started Pass Around the Smile, it's something that I wanted to do. It kind of brings in my acting background. It all makes sense and, you know. But,
Everything I've done has led to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
but it's felt so big and scary that I've really worked up. You know how we were talking about before, how we can put people on pedestals? I almost put this dream on a pedestal where I was like, it's so big. It's something I'll do when I'm 40. Like, it's something I'll do when I'm more established.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to come now? Like, no one's going to buy tickets, blah, blah, blah. It felt so big. Anyway, then reading this book, I was trying to learn that I have to feel into the version of me who has already done the tour, who already has filled the rooms and inspired the whole audience. They're all leaving feeling empowered. That's all I want. That's all I care about. And then it got to the launch and I put the tickets out, and I think that moment for me felt so big, and then it happened. And it's not like, I'm not saying I sold out the theatres or anything like that, but that for me was such a huge milestone that I actually did it and I created this for myself and I felt the fear and I did it anyway. But then I realised, and there's positive and negative to this, I felt the same. And then I was like, okay, I'm not disappointed, but I think I wanted to feel this like, boom, like, wow, oh my God, I did it. And like, yes, I haven't done the tour yet, and maybe I will feel that when I'm sure I will when I walk off stage. But for now, I think what I realized was, oh, this is actually really cool because I visualized this. I've lived it in my head. And as we know, like when we visualize, our brains can't tell the difference between what we are imagining and experiencing in real life. I think what I showed myself is that no matter what happens externally, I can still feel the same. So I'm not waiting for like external success to make me feel happy or successful. I feel it now. So I think it was like a lesson within a lesson. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, I get that because I've actually said to Kirby before, and my sister, with manifestation, you hold that feeling and the vibration in order to try and get it. So then when you get it, it's not a letdown, but you've already
already got it.
experienced the feeling.
Exactly.
So it's almost this, like when we did Osher, he was a really big one for us. We wrote it down and everything. Afterwards, it was kind of like, oh, now, like, okay.
Because
Isn't
we'd
that
imagined
interesting?
it so many times and we'd imagined the feeling and
You've
what
already
it's going to be
felt
like.
it.
And then when we've done it, we'd already experienced all the excitement, all the thrills. And we're like,
Exactly.
You've already gone up and down.
I couldn't have explained. That was like such a good explanation because like it also shows how powerful you guys are as manifestors. Like you had lived it already. And that is what is, if you can live it in your mind, you've lived it in your reality.
100%.
Same thing happened, like I manifest being at the front row of Beyonce. I'm Beyonce's biggest fan. Like you can call me Cleonce. Cleonce, please. Yes.
Cleonce.
The craziest thing about that manifestation was I was there. She was like looking at me. She was performing. It was the most exciting night of my life. Jay-Z and Beyonce's mum and Rihanna were like right next to me.
wow.
And while it was like one of the best nights of my life, the most bizarre feeling, so I'd done it before. I'd done it before
Yeah,
in
like
my
I've been
head
here
a
before.
million times. So yeah,
Yeah.
like you say, it's like you experience this incredible thing. It's not necessarily disappointment that we're feeling, but it's just like, oh yeah, this is my life. And I
Yeah.
get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it also feels kind of like a lot of the people we've sat with and a lot of things we do, and then when we get paid and stuff, like you imagine the feeling, but then when it happens, it kind of just feels normal. And you're like, oh, it's kind of weird.
Oh, tomorrow will still happen.
Because I look back at the old version of you, if that happened to the old version of you, you'd be like, wow, but it's like
Yeah.
you've
Yes,
created this
that's it.
success for
Yes.
yourself and this is your life now. Like how
Yeah.
cool.
It's like I posted a
That's
video
it, yeah.
2 days ago. It's on 1 million views already.
Far out.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, but like what's next? Because like every time I go to post a video, I want it to get 1 million views.
Yeah.
So then it gets that, and I go, okay. It hit it this morning. It was 995.
Oh.
Then it hit 1 million. I'm like, okay.
Sweet, on to the next.
On to the next.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
But it's weird because I just imagine the number. I can imagine our profile grid and how many. Like my bottom line is 100,000 views per Instagram post.
Oh, I love that.
So I just
And he gets it.
I just imagine the profile grid in my head, and every single bottom left of every single corner has 100,000 or not. It depends on the podcast clip and if it's a
Wow.
guest because it's a bit different with collaborations and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But with
Yeah.
the talking head on one of our podcast clips has to get 100,000.
That's incredible. Listen to your conviction.
It has
like
to be.
it has to, and I can see it, and your
Yeah.
mind doesn't know it's not real when you're seeing it.
There's
Yeah.
just no doubt in the mind that it'll happen.
Yeah.
And it does. It happens every time.
Isn't it crazy though? How we can like we all have our things where we can apply that conviction and belief, but then we have parts of our life where we really struggle to.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's where it's like there's limiting beliefs, and it's just interesting.
It's
a whole rabbit hole.
We wrote down like our achievement list at the end of last year, and some of the things we did was ridiculous.
Huge.
And some of the numbers, the people we
76
met.
million views across Instagram
That
for a
is
year.
honestly, and like in Instagram now it's hard to crack. Like
Yeah.
that is so amazing.
You know what's funny? I came across a video, and we're on TikTok, and like 3 days before our first video popped off, it's me and Kirby going, how do we get a video to get over 1,000 views? Because no one's watching it. Like, how do we go viral? A couple of days later, the 500,000 views was the next one. But it was so. I want to play that video and
you
do
should
something with it.
do a little
Yeah.
montage.
But yeah, it's like you become so. Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, it's like I'm just like that's the way it is, and it won't change.
Yeah.
it's like you hold yourself to a certain level.
Yeah, that's amazing.
absolutely.
It's very
Yeah.
inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Oh,
the question.
Well,
Unless you wanna-
when you said it, it's like with H2O, people started like in America and Europe, like the Cleo,
No, Cleo.
and it's like your name being Cleo. Does people have Cleo like
All
that
the
to
time.
you?
Like I'll be at the shops and I just hear it and I'm like,
Because when I first saw it, I went, "Oh, that's actually Cleo."
Yeah.
It's like,
seriously. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
You get it all the time. Yeah. All right. Well, everyone listening, if you enjoyed, Cleo's got Passing Around the Smile podcast and
Going on tour.
and tickets are on.
I am.
Yeah, the tickets are on tour. Oh, tickets are on tour.
Tickets are on tour, guys. They're on tour.
Tickets are on
Yes,
sale
they are
now.
for the
So
tour.
how do people go buy tickets? How do they
Just
get about?
passaroundthesmile.com.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see you guys.
And what are the dates?
The dates are Melbourne, May the 2nd, Sydney, May the 7th, Gold Coast, May the 14th. At Hotter, I booked out the whole theatre.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You see why I'm like, I'm nervous. Yeah, I booked
That's
out the whole
so
theatre.
cool.
See,
And Hotter's big as well. That's cool.
Thinking right, I go, you've done the hardest part already.
Thank you.
That's
and
the hardest
I
part.
agree. Yeah.
You now just have to show up and do what you do best.
Exactly. Thank you.
Because that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Don't
Selling
even
the
worry
tickets.
now.
Selling the tickets.
Selling the
Yeah.
tickets would be the hardest part of that
Yeah.
entire thing. So
Yeah.
well done, you've done.
Thank you.
I'll hang up the boots.
Yeah. I'm done now, actually. I might not turn up.
Go on, mate.
Enjoy the show. Get
Don't
some-
worry, delete that bit,
Yeah.
Cody.
You just replay podcast clips on the screen. You don't
Yeah,
even go.
imagine.
Yeah, you don't even turn up.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was
Thank you. Is there
really,
anything that we
really
need
fun.
to bring up or nothing?
Anything else you want to
That
cover?
was such a nice conversation. I'm just grateful you guys had me on. It's
thanks
so
for coming
nice
on.
to see men in the mental health space having emotional, great, intelligent conversations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was
We
wholesome.
do appreciate it. Very wholesome.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
everyone. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Cleo, again.
Thank you.
Love ya.